So what do you do as a drummer or as a musician when you know the song but not everyone else in the band knows the song, or everyone else is playing a little bit of a different version? And that's what I want to talk about this video, and I want to show an example of this which happened on a recent gig, and this was at Nashville's Lower Broadway honky tonk scene. And for those of you who don't know, really short way to sum it up is on Nashville's Lower Broadway, you're playing a shift, which is a 4-hour set, pretty much straight through, and you're basically a human jukebox. And a lot of people in the band, they just meet right before they walk on stage. And this example I'm about to show you was literally, oh, these are two people I've never met or played with before. I met the other two guys in the band. I met them the night before when I played a gig with them. But we have very little experience together. This is the first time all 5 of us in this group are playing together. And someone requested a song, and it seems like not everyone was sure on the form or sure on the hits. And so I have a chart up for this song, Lady A's Need You Now, and it was a pretty big crossover hit. Again, I'm not a huge country music person, I'm just getting into the genre, but I knew this song well enough, and I had a chart for it, and I was following along with the chart and following along with some of the hits, and not everybody was there. And you can see as I'm in this video of me kind of looking, oh, what do I do now? You can actually see me looking at the chart and making some faces. But really, the way I see it as a drummer, as a musician, it's not about being right, because you can be right and be playing all the hits, and if you're the only one doing it, you're wrong. It's really about what's going to make it work for everybody else. So a lot of times when I'm playing a shift on Broadway, there's a tune that I know and other people don't. A lot of times people will skip over a bridge, or they'll do a solo too early or too late. And some people are really precious about that, and some people are like, no, it needs to be done exactly as the record. Me personally, I try to prepare everything as it is done on the record, but I know I'm not going to be married to that. So you can see in this example right here, it's not about being right. It's about, okay, there's like a rocky moment here or there, but it's about trying to drive everybody to leave the bus station and then arrive back at the same time and relatively the same condition. So here's a brief example of this, and this was recorded at Nashville's Old Red on a Sunday afternoon shift.
Really close, really close.
Start with this.
That was the first paper airplane to say right there.
Just
see, it wasn't perfect. There were some hits that were missed, and I think we, as a band, we weren't all on the same page about the solo section with the hits and the bridge. Um, and it's kind of like a scenario where we kind of all had to kind of fall into the tune, and then we all had to kind of find a way to fall out of it. And I think that's the name of the game on Broadway is, okay, finding a way. So if the drummer is really driving the ship, driving the bus, again, I think the goal is to find a way to get everyone to leave at the same time, take everyone to the same place, have everybody arrive safely. Sometimes there might be a detour. Sometimes you might need to take a little bit of a different path. But again, I think really playing on Broadway or just playing anywhere it's really not an exercise of being right or wrong or playing it as it's written or as it should be. It's what's best for the moment, what's best for the other musicians. How are you going to make this song start and end? And just how are you going to guide the song without hitting too many potholes? And sometimes if somebody else hits a pothole, you pick them up and you keep it moving. Because you know what? I've hit plenty of potholes in my day, and I will hit plenty more. And really, it's a team effort when you're doing a gig like this. And you really have to think about what's going to make this song, what's going to make it best for the audience. I could play it at the recorded tempo, but if no one else can really play it at that tempo or feels it at that tempo, I might need to speed it up or slow it down based on where they're at. If everyone's going to skip the bridge, even if I know the bridge is right there, I'm not going to dig in my heels. I'm just going to go with everyone else. So really, I view it as not as being right or wrong, but I have a roadmap, and if people go down different routes, I kind of go there with them. But my goal is to keep everybody together. So again, I'm posting something here, and by no means is it like a finished product or is it a perfect example, but this is very much, I think, what it requires to be on Broadway. Is, okay, there's a song that you may or may not know and everyone else may or may not know. How can all of you figure that out in the moment and make it sound musical? So if you have any questions, shoot me a message, shoot me something in the comments. If you like what you see about a musician kind of adapting to a new scene, a new culture, a new genre, since I'm new to Nashville, feel free to subscribe, feel free to follow, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, and thanks for watching.